Hi, I'm Mike.
I'm Mary.
It's time for another fun and funny comic with our Grammar Station unit. It looks like we'll be reading a story of a terrible weekend this month, and I can't wait to find out what happened to Jimmy, one of the characters in our story.
Yes, I'm sorry to hear that his weekend was so awful, but I have to admit, I'm curious about exactly what went wrong.
Absolutely. Well, we'll be finding all of that out in a very short while. But first, we need to check out today's new vocabulary, and Mary is going to help us do just that. Mary?
Yes, Mike? 今天的对话标题是 A terrible weekend， 惨兮兮的周末。那凄惨的、糟糕的英文就是 terrible。Terrible， 这是一个形容词。例如 The weather is terrible today. The weather is terrible today. 今天天气糟透了。那我们的主角 Jimmy 走进教室的时候，看起来就很糟糕，所以 Kathy 就问了：“好可怜哦，你发生了什么事啊？”那可怜的英文就叫做 poor。poor 这是一个形容词，这里的 poor 指的不是穷的意思哦。poor 其实也有可怜的意思。例如 That poor dog looks cold and hungry. Let's give it some food. That poor dog looks cold and hungry. Let's give it some food. 那只可怜的狗看起来又冷又饿，我们给它一点食物吧。那接下来 Jimmy 就说他周末出门的时候，脚的那个地方就受伤了。而 Kathy 则问他：“那你的头呢？还好吧？”那头的英文就是 head。head 这是一个名词。例如 There's a leaf on your head. There's a leaf on your head. 你头上有一片树叶。接着 Jimmy 回答，他坐起身，结果撞到2个地方。而 Kathy 则说，哇，那看起来很痛诶。那痛的、酸痛的英文就是 sore。sore 这是一个形容词。例如 I walked all day and now my feet are sore. I walked all day and now my feet are sore. 我走了一整天，现在脚好酸哦。那接下来 Jimmy 则说再酸痛也比不上我手臂的痛。那手臂的英文则是 arm。arm 这是一个名词。例如 Wendy put her arm around my shoulder. Wendy put her arm around my shoulder. Wendy 把她的手臂搭在我的肩膀上。那 Jimmy 的手臂怎么了呢？他说他摔了一跤，结果摔断了3个地方。这里我们最后一个单字哦 ，break 折断、使断裂，这是一个动词。那 break 的动词三态是不规则的哦，读作 break, broke, broken。break, broke, broken。例如 The boy fell from the stairs and broke his leg. The boy fell from the stairs and broke his leg. 那个男孩从楼梯上摔下来，跌断了腿。那看完了单词和例句，让我们回来看可怜的 Jimmy 的故事咯。
Jimmy just walked into the classroom. He looks terrible.
Come here. Let me help you. Sit down carefully.
Thanks a lot.
You poor boy. What happened to you?
I had a terrible weekend.
I'll say.
First, I walked outside and I hurt my foot in this place.
Then what happened?
I went home and I hurt it in that place.
Explanation 1.
All right, now we can start reading our story. And we see that right at the top, there is a sentence which helps to set the scene. It reads, Jimmy just walked into the classroom. He looks terrible. Ooh, poor Jimmy. So he's back at school in the classroom. It must be Monday morning. But yes, it appears that Jimmy has recently had some pretty serious trouble. I wonder what's happened to him. Why does he look terrible?
And so does Kathy, the other character in our story. She sees Jimmy and then says, "Come here, let me help you." And she adds, sit down carefully. So Kathy wants Jimmy to immediately sit down. He's obviously in a lot of pain.
And even though he's hurt, Jimmy is still able to be polite. He says to Kathy, "Thanks a lot."
And Kathy is still feeling bad for Jimmy. So she says, "You poor boy." And now she asks the question that everyone wants to know the answer to. She says, "What happened to you?"
But before we hear Jimmy's answer, we need to go to Daphne for our first grammar point of the day. We'll see you in a second.
大家好，我是 Daphne。今天的第一则文法是 What happened to somebody？ 意思是某人发生什么事，是一句疑问句，用疑问代名词 what 什么开头做主词，动词 happened 发生要用过去式，英文会问发生什么事了，表示事情已经发生了，后方再用介系词 to 引出出事的人。例如 You didn't come to the party yesterday. What happened to you? 你昨天没来派对，你发生什么事了？
Okay, welcome back. Jimmy was just about to tell Kathy what had happened to him and why he got so hurt so badly on the weekend. He tells her, "I had a terrible weekend." Well, yes, it sure looks like it. If all of those injuries happened over this past weekend, I'd say he had the worst weekend.
Kathy agrees with you, Mike, and she also agrees with Jimmy. To show that she agrees with what he just said, Kathy says, "I'll say."
And to explain this next grammar point, let's go back over to Daphne.
今天的第二则文法是 I'll say， 意思是没错，对呀，是一句口语表达法，省略字 I'll say the same thing， 意思是换作是我也会这么说，用来表示非常赞同对方说的话。例如同学说 It's freezing cold today， 今天冷死了。如果你也觉得天气好冷，就可以回说 I'll say， 就是说啊。
Okay, now we can continue reading as Jimmy tells us about his terrible weekend. He says to his friend Kathy, "First, I walked outside and I hurt my foot in this place." Oh dear, so he hurt himself walking, and then he shows Kathy which part of his foot or which place he hurt.
But she can see that this isn't the only part of his body that is hurt. So she asks him, "Then what happened?"
And he tells her, "I went home and I hurt it in that place. And this is a different part of him that is hurt." Oh dear, what a seriously unlucky guy. Well, we need to take our break right now, but we'll be back with more about Jimmy's terrible weekend. See you soon.
How about your head?
I sat up and I hit it in 2 places.
It looks sore.
It's not as sore as my arm. I fell down and I broke it in 3 places.
Well, I have some advice for you.
What's that?
Don't go back to those places.
Explanation 2.
Welcome back, folks. Jimmy has been telling his friend Kathy all about his terrible weekend.
Kathy can see that Jimmy got hurt in several different places on his body, and she is listening to Jimmy tell her about how it all happened. Next, Kathy can see that Jimmy also hurt his head. She asks him, "How about your head?" "Yeah, Jimmy, what happened there?"
And Jimmy says, "I sat up and I hit it in 2 places." He hit his head in 2 places? How is that even possible to do at one time? Poor guy. I'm getting the feeling that Jimmy can be a bit of a klutz sometimes. But still, you have to feel sorry for him.
And Kathy definitely feels sorry for him. As she looks at his head, she says, "It looks sore." But Jimmy tells her, "It's not as sore as my arm." Ugh, another injury. Okay, before we read on, let's go over to Daphne to learn our third grammar point of the day.
今天的第三则文法是 A is as 加形容词加 as B， 意思是 A 和 B 一样的点点点。句型 as 点点点 as 点点点表示像点点点一样的。第一个 as 是副词，意思是同样的，用以修饰后方的形容词。第二个 as 是介系词，意思是如同，后方接名词，合在一起 A is as 形容词加 as B 就是 A 如同 B 一样的点点点。例如 Grace is as tall as her daughter， 格雷斯和她的女儿一样高。
Welcome back. Jimmy mentioned not only his head, but also his arm and his leg were sore. I'm starting to wonder if there is a part of Jimmy's body that isn't injured. Maybe it would be faster to tell us about those parts. So anyway, what happened to his arm? Well, he tells Kathy, "I fell down and I broke it in 3 places." Ouch, a broken arm. That is no joke. It must really hurt right now, and it will also take a month or 2 to heal.
That's right. And after Jimmy told his friend Kathy about all of the different places on his body that he's hurt himself recently, Kathy says, "Well, I have some advice for you." 这里的单字 advice 就是建议的意思，这是一个名词哦。I'm interested to hear her advice.
And so is Jimmy. He says to her, "What's that?" And here, before we know what advice Kathy has for Ginny, we have to take our last grammar point. Take it away, Daphne.
今天的第四则文法是 What's that？ 意思是什么？是一句疑问句，用疑问代名词 what 什么开头做主词 ，be 动词 is 做主要动词，再把 what is 缩写成 what's， 而代名词 that 则是代指前面提过的事物，合在一起 What's that？ 字面意思就是那是什么。例如 You said you would tell me a secret. What's that？你说你要跟我说个秘密，是什么秘密呢？
Thank you, Daphne. Okay, so Kathy has some advice for Jimmy. She tells him, "Don't go back to those places." I get it. He was showing her the places he hurt, or his body, his arm, his leg, his head. And she thought he was talking about the places he was in or where he was when he got hurt.
Well, if Kathy is right, then yes, he should avoid those places. Okay, folks, we've reached the end of this month's Grammar Station unit. Thanks for joining us. Take care out there and try not to hurt any of your places. And we'll see you back here in the near future. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
A terrible weekend. Jimmy just walked into the classroom. He looks terrible.
Come here. Let me help you. Sit down carefully.
Thanks a lot.
You poor boy. What happened to you?
I had a terrible weekend.
I'll say.
First, I walked outside and I hurt my foot in this place.
Then what happened?
I went home and I hurt it in that place.
How about your head?
I sat up and I hit it in 2 places.
It looks sore.
It's not as sore as my arm. I fell down and I broke it in 3 places.
Well, I have some advice for you.
What's that?
Don't go back to those places.
社群沟通必备的5个实用句。
欢迎收看就爱讲英文
我是悠悠，
我是 Jay。
现在网络社群媒介如此之发达，所以有很多的网络用语，我们一定要告诉大家，所以大家要记得不要听的这个不清不白、不清不楚。来看今天我们要教的
5个超实用的网络用语。1. Are you on Facebook? 2. Would you mind if? 3. Follow me on Instagram. 4. I unfriended him last night. 5. She has validation addiction.
首先，这个网络充斥在我们的日常生活当中，
是的，
所以我们常常第一句交朋友都会说。
你有在用脸书吗？加一下脸书好不好？好，这英文就是 Are you on Facebook?
Are you on Facebook?
你有在脸书上面吗？意思就是你有在用脸书吗 ？Are you on Facebook?
你知道吗？一讲这个就知道他年纪超过30岁了。
是的，现在年轻人呢、都不用脸书了，
那都用什么呢？
他们都说，脸书那是我爸爸在用的，
是不是？
我不可以让他知道，
所以他们
我跟谁
都用了
出去，所以他们都用什么？
IG
或者是 Twitter，
Twitter
好，那 IG 的话怎么办？你要说 Are you on Instagram？
Are you on Instagram?
Are you on Twitter?
Are you on Twitter?
Are you on Line?
Line 他们也说 Line 是老人用的，气死人了。好，但如果有呢，下一句就说，那我可以加你啊，
加一下，
加你
加个 Line。对，好，那介不介意加一下嘞？我们前面有礼貌一点好不好？Would you mind if？你介意干嘛干嘛吗？这样。
Would you mind if？
所以你介不介意我脸书加个好友
加
？Would you mind if I add you on Facebook？
Would you mind if I add you on Facebook？
对，那你也可以
介
说
意。那就不用再讲了，好不好？
好
如果要说 OK， 那就可以说呢，
就是 OK， 就 OK 就好了
OK 就好了
就加就给他你的Here's my account。
那还有
Here's
那
my
种啊，
ID。
比如说你那个你加我 IG 追踪我，
对啊，那就 Follow me on Instagram。
Follow me on Instagram。
对，你就可以追踪我，
啊
我发什么照片你就看得到。
定要
Follow me
按哦
on Instagram。
like，
对 ，like 好。
虚拟网络的好处跟坏处就是来得快去得快，对不对？
对
所以朋友啊、情侣之间，哇，我跟你讲，如果吵翻了，隔天就删除、解除好友，切八段。
这个年轻人懂吗？
不懂。
对，好，这个就是不跟他做好友了，
对
解除好友，算是一个新的字。从 friend 这个字，friend 本来是名词朋友嘛，那这边变成动词哦。I unfriended him last night。
I unfriended him last night。
我昨天晚上呢解除跟他的好友关系，OK，所以呢这边 friend 本来是名词嘛，
对，
这边 unfriend 就是解除好友，
解除好友
那这边过去式就变 unfriended。
unfriended。
对，
但是也有很多人就网络成瘾，
是的
然后就过度依赖，然后一直发，哇，
对
刷那个存在感，
没错，
很烦。
刷存在感，OK， 这个英文呢很妙，这叫做 validation。对
validation。
，validation 呢是认证的意思，就是认证、认可。那很多时候你就是需要发个图片来这个骗按赞数，然后你就觉得有230万个赞，好开心，好开心这样。
230万个，
对，
你明星哦
对，
你。
所以这个时候呢，我们就可以说 She has validation addiction。
She has validation addiction。
Addiction 呢是成瘾、上瘾。
addiction。
对，所以他刷存在感刷上瘾了。对，
有时候真的很烦，尤其那种生完孩子啊，那种秀小孩照片，一直刷，
哎呀，你不懂爸妈的心。
很烦人呢，
很烦，对不对？你就可以说 annoying。
annoying。
对 ，annoying 可能还没有办法，对
不够
你非常，那你就要再加个副词上去，totally annoying，
totally annoying，
整个烦，
整个超级无敌有够
对，
烦，一直刷一直刷。
搭配翻白眼 ，totally annoying。
来看今天的
Live action。
Hey。
Yes.
Are you on Facebook? Would you mind if I add you on Facebook?
Sure. You can also follow me on Instagram.
Oh, how's your friend Jack?
Jack? Well, I unfriended him last night.
What happened?
He has validation addiction. Totally annoying. Totally annoying.
Oops. That's too bad.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny， 又到我们1分钟的单元喽。那我们今天要用1分钟的时间来复习在 Grammar Station 学到的6个单字，有6个。同学们，您都准备好没？1分钟计时开始。第一个单词是凄惨的、很糟糕的、很糟的，怎么说？叫做 terrible。terrible. David is terrible at dancing. David 很不会跳舞，他跳得很糟。第二个单词是可怜的，也可以指贫困、贫穷的。这个字是哪个字？就是 poor。Poor. The poor dog hurt its leg. 那只可怜的狗狗它脚受伤了。第三个单词叫做头，头的英文叫做 head。Head. She turned her head to look at him and smiled. 她转头看着他，并且对他微笑。好，第四个单词可以指痛的或是酸痛的，这要怎么说呢？叫做 sore。Sore. I had a sore throat. 我喉咙痛。好，第五个单字是手臂，手臂要怎么讲呢？叫做 arm。Arm. Melissa is holding a puppy in her arms. Melissa 手里抱着一只小狗狗。那第六个单字是使什么断裂，把它折断，这字叫做 break。Break 动词三态是 break, broke, broken. Tom broke his leg in an accident. Tom 在一场意外事故中摔断他的腿了。好，不管怎么样，我们还是复习完6个单词，我差一点就过关了。好，不管怎么样，同学们表现很棒，回去要多多复习哦。那今天的 ABC Interactive English 到此为止，下次见喽，拜拜。